Antarctica is the harshest, loneliest, and least explored continent on Earth. For centuries, people have filled these ice-covered lands with legends, mysteries, and endless speculation. Many who tried to reach it never made it back. Today, Antarctica isn't exactly a secret, but the fact that ordinary people can't just go there freely still raises a big question. Why? Governments treat the continent almost like a treasure that must be protected, and that makes some people think there are things they don't want the world to know. So let's take a trip to the frozen south and dig into the stories behind all these claims. You'll probably find answers to some of your questions, and leave with a few new ones. Asterisk around 100 years after the birth of Jesus, an important name appears. Claudius Ptolemaeus, also known as Ptolemy. You might have heard him called Bathylemus. He was a scholar who left his mark on astronomy, mathematics, geography, and philosophy. He spent most of his life studying the dusty scrolls of the Library of Alexandria. During these studies, he came up with an idea no one had ever suggested before. He claimed there had to be a massive continent in the far south. You might wonder, where did he even get that from? It was simply a scientific assumption. Yes, the science of 2,000 years ago, but still science. Ptolemy supported Aristotle's view that the Earth was round, and in his mind, if there were huge land masses in the north, then there had to be something similar in the south to keep the world balanced. People didn't know the Earth floated in space, but their reasoning wasn't completely off. After Aristotle came Eratosthenes and Hipparchus, who managed to calculate the size of the Earth with accuracy impressive even today. More than 2,000 to 100 years ago, humanity had already figured out the planet's shape, circumference, and several key properties using nothing but math and physics. If people still argue about the Earth's shape today, Ptolemy would probably shake his head. With this background, Ptolemy proposed the existence of a great southern land and named it Terra Australis Incognita, meaning unknown southern lands. Over time, the idea turned into a legend, and many European explorers set out to find this mysterious continent. As world maps improved, the coasts of North America appeared, Asia took shape, and discoveries piled up. But by 1511, Piri Reis's famous map caused quite a stir. The lower part of the map seemed to show something that looked like Antarctica, and without as Piri Reis was one of the most skilled naval commanders of the Ottoman Empire. While working on his book Kitab-i Bari, he collected incredibly detailed geographical data. In 1513, he presented a world map to the Sultan showing the west of Africa, the east of the Americas, and a strange southern coastline. People have been wondering for years, was that Antarctica? The truth is much simpler. Piri Reis didn't find some ancient lost civilization's map, nor did he get information from aliens. As he himself explained, he simply compiled earlier maps drawn by other sailors. The shape at the bottom of his map wasn't Antarctica. It was a distorted extension of the still unmapped southern parts of South America. In short, a cartographic error. Similar mistakes appear in other maps from the same era. When modern mapping techniques are applied, the coastline matches South America perfectly. No mystery there, but things become a bit more interesting with Orontius Phineas' 1531 map, which also shows a large, ice-free southern continent. Its outline looks surprisingly similar to Antarctica's shape beneath the ice. Some researchers say it's just coincidence. Others claim Phineas must have used sources we no longer know about. Centuries later, a scholar named Charles Hapgood studied these ancient maps seriously. He argued that some of them were far ahead of their time in terms of accuracy. According to him, a very old civilization might have developed advanced navigation techniques before the Ice Age, and fragments of their knowledge were passed down to later mapmakers. Hapgood's theories weren't widely accepted by the scientific community. The main reason is that continents cannot move the way he claimed. The later discovery of plate tectonics proved that continents do move, but the process takes millions of years. A continent can't suddenly slide thousands of kilometers. Still, history of science teaches us something important. Ideas that seem absurd today might be proven tomorrow, but that doesn't mean every extraordinary claim is true. Without evidence, it remains just a claim. If you know anything interesting about this topic, share your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'd love to see your likes and comments.